Pamela Chase, excuse me, the lead hooking specialist and founder of Hooked for You, where we're dedicated to keeping the art of crochet alive. And we do that by teaching the skills to women and children to boost their self-esteem and create healthy and positive environment. Let me cut this damn sound. Sorry about that. And boost your self-esteem and create a healthy and positive environment. Today is Monday. On Mondays, we talk about is our topic is all about the hook and yarn, and that's when we talk about different subjects and topics and things. And what we're going to do. Hello, Lista. How are you? And what we're going to do today is talk. Hi, Creative Shook. How are you? To talk about acrylic yarn. Who likes to use acrylic yarn? Who uses acrylic yarn? What is your favorite yarn? We're going to talk about acrylic yarn. What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? That's what we're going to do. And right now, I'm using a acrylic yarn. I don't know if it's Super Saver or any of the others, but this is a acrylic yarn. Most of the time, you can tell what they are. Now, acrylic yarn is a man-made synthetic yarn. Yarn comes in, I think it's three different categories. It's the synthetic yarn, man-made yarn. It's the natural yarn for fibers, natural fibers, and then it's the semi. So right now we're going to start with the synthetic man-made fibers, and acrylic yarn is the most popular of the synthetic yarns. Now, and in the natural yarns, I think it's cotton. I believe cotton or wool. It's the most. I think it's cotton. That's the most popular um, natural yarn. Okay. Okay. So it's manufactured from petroleum products. Oh, hey, how you doing? Sydney, Australia. All right. So acrylic yarn was made to be a replica of natural yarns because it looks sort of like it. So it's manufactured to mimic cotton, not cotton, but wool. Made and some of the positive, not the positive, the pros. We'll talk about the pros. We'll talk about the cons. And some of the pros of acrylic yarn is they're made to be sold in high volumes and in styles. So that means with acrylic, you can get a lot. You'll see a lot of it in the stores. Most time you don't have to worry about missing out on acrylic yarn. You don't see a lot of it. I haven't seen a lot of acrylic yarns that were limited unless they were mixed with something else. That were limited yarns. They're mostly just hand-buy yarns. Okay. They're affordable. They're durable. You can wash them anytime. Acrylic yarn also lasts the generations. They last for a long time. I have things that I've made when I was a child. So that was about what 50, 40, 50 years ago. And it still last. I still can have them. So acrylic yarns are good for that. And they make hi Carol, how you doing? They make good heirlooms. Even though, you may want something that's more soft. But if you want something that lasts for a while, acrylic is a good yarn for that. They're great for beginners. One reason why they're great for beginners is very inexpensive. Um, And when you're beginning, you don't want this, you may not want to invest a large amount of money when you're just learning something. So you can just go into a Walmart or um, Hobby Lobby or any of those stores, and you can just get a ball of yarn and to practice on it. And it'll be worth it to make mistakes and things like that. You don't want to mess up good yarn. But these are good for things like that. So they're accessible, it's easily accessible, affordable, hyperallergenic. It's one of the yarns that is not allergic. You don't have to worry about allergies with acrylic yarn. Okay, it won't shed, won't shrink. Take years to degrade naturally. Um, safe from insects and critters. Detract. So that means things like moths and things like that. You don't have to worry about that like, as you would with something like a wool or silk or things like that. Now, some of the cons are it can produce lower quality products depending on which one you're using. And most of the time, when you are more experienced, you tend to prefer the quality and the consistency because you can tell the difference of natural fibers. They're not biodegradable, so it's not good if you are into an environment and such. It's not good to, that wouldn't be something you would pick. So it does not reduce waste and environmental impact. Highly inflammable. So, highly flammable. So you wouldn't get you get acrylic and make something like a heating pad, um, and things like that. That will have something with heat attached to it. So do not use that for that reason. Because of the imp- mm, sorry, because of the petroleum products that make the manufacture of it. One positive thing though is it has great stitch definition. You can actually see your stitches great. Um, so what it is it can be twisted into various tightness, blended with natural fibers. During spinning, the brush can be cut or otherwise manipulated to reduce a wide range of types, making the feel and strength change. High colorful crochet. Yes, you're right about that. I have some things, like, as I said earlier, I have some things that were still at my mother's house that I made when I was young, teenager. I think it was like a teenager or something. That's about 40 years or so. And I bought some home. I thought I had, I do. I have one, and it's made out of. Sorry, this is something I made a long time ago. And, it's still okay. I mean, I don't see any problems. I don't see anything. And she had it. I think it was in her closet, so nothing attacked it. There were no moths or whatever didn't bother it. As it would with something that's silk. Okay, so yeah, that's something I made, and it still can use. It still looks pretty decent. Thank you very much. So yeah, it's very good. Now, some types of acrylic is acrylic is something you can go to any store and you'll find acrylic. You may not find some of the other ones, but you can find acrylic in any So most of the stores that sell yarn, no matter what it is, will have acrylic. And Red Heart, examples is Red Heart has the Super Saver. Salon has something. I'm not sure if it's simply soft. I'm not sure if that's all acrylic or not. That Premier Yarn has something. There's Big Twist at I think it's the Michaels or Joanne. Hobby Lobby has something. All the stores and brands have an acrylic yarn. The acrylic yarn sometimes is because you buy one, don't expect it to always look like the others. Um, I don't know what the issue would be, but some of them are different feel. And I think in some cases it's because of the dye. Because you can get Super Saver, and Super Saver has you buy different colors. I bought different colors of Super Saver. Some are softer than others. So and I think it depends on the color. But they say that red is certain maybe a hard color. Some of them are sharp, harsher than others. So, but I don't know if that goes for other brands or not. But I know Super Saver is like that. So it depends on the color, how it will feel, and that's a con. Make us make sure they match. Okay, and make sure. Okay, and so sister says, pay attention to the lot numbers. Make sure they match. Okay, 'cause I'm a person. Most of the time, I buy everything at one time, but still, you can go into a store and the lot numbers still may be different. I believe. I never have really checked them. So, but anyway, the yeah, that's thank you for that. So, is there any kind of yarn that you prefer? Any any of the acrylic that you like? That's good. For me, I've only used it maybe one time. It's the Hobby Lobby type kind because it has a certain feel to me. It doesn't seem to be the same way as the others. So, and what I'm doing now is I have a lot of acrylic yarn, so I'm just finding ways to get rid of the stash. So, what are your favorite acrylic yarn? Or do you use acrylic yarn? What I'm doing is making some granny squares. I usually go with Lion Brand. Now, what's the name of the Lion Brand acrylic yarn? The basic one, because most of them have a basic acrylic yarn. Hi, Knitter 101. How are you? So feel free. Okay, I like Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn bee. I like, but not often. Michael's Impeccable. Yeah. I think Michael's Impeccable is really good. I have some. They're pretty good, or whatever's on sale at Michael's. True. And yeah. But the Hobby Lobby is not the. I love this yarn. I keep forgetting the name. Every time I get on here and talk about it, I forget the name. But the one from Hobby Lobby, And it's actually it's not just you love this yarn. It's not yarn beat, but it's the one that came great. It comes in a big game like Super Saver does. I think I bought it for Grab. I haven't finished yet, but I do like and I like the way the colors are. Crafters. Okay, that's I think that's what it is. It's Crafter's Secret. Is it Secret? But I know all I know is it's a big gang of yarn, and they always have it at the when you go into the aisle. They have this yarn. Happy Monday, Eclectic. We're talking about acrylic yarn today. And what is your favorite acrylic yarn? Yeah. I'm just working on a granny square. Walmart has great options as well. Yeah, they have the mainstay. I think that is. And I don't think have really used. Oh, I don't think I've really used that one, but yeah, I've seen the mainstay. That's right now, pretty much buy yarn when it's on sale. The Premier has one too, and the Premier also has one that doesn't peel. And let me see what else is it? It's highly flammable. They hold they hold odor and water. So you say you use it with the bamboo hook? Okay, and does that feel better? That's interesting. Yeah, I always learn something. But I know the kaboot is one of the ones I think that um may be able to, it doesn't sometimes work right. I think I like the slide of it. Okay, cool. Do I have any bamboo yarn? I mean hooks. I think I may. I just never thought of it that way. But that's a good point. The taboo is the kind that sometimes you can't catch off the strand. Either that or the other boos, the true boo, or I think it's three of them. And sometimes it's hard, depending on what hook you're using to catch all the three, the strand. And it holds odor and water. It's suitable for indoor wear and temperate weather climates. I mean, and it peels. And it's not easily dyed. Okay, you hate working with acrylic yarn with plastic hooks. Anyone else? I don't normally use plastic hooks, so I have some, but I don't use them unless I can't find the ones I want to use. But I don't try not to use plastic. I think I try to get plastic for if someone wants to learn. That's a cheaper way of doing it. So anyone else have a comment about the plastic yarn? and plastic cups. So right now we're talking about the man-made yarns right now. Then we're going to the natural. Then we're going to the semi-synthetic. So we're talking about synthetic, man-made. So we're talking about just those type of yarns. Just so you can know what you're working with, and if you know, and if you is it good for what you're working on. As I said, the acrylic yarns are not good for hot things. If you placing something hot on it, it's flammable. So not good to use. So on Wednesday, we will be discussing what's on our hooks and what we will and what are the different stitch. That's Wednesday. It's like plastic acrylic hooks. Okay. And what we're gonna do once we finish the yarns, we're gonna talk about different types of hooks. Because I guess when I was growing up, we didn't really get into a lot of the technical parts behind it. We just crocheted. But now, people are learning more technical things and doing it that way. Like the hooks and the inline and tapered and all that kind of stuff. So it's good to learn technical part also. So feel free to like, share, follow, comment, subscribe. We are on Facebook Live. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Twitter Live. We're on YouTube Live. And we're on Instagram for our Monday, Wednesday, and Friday Live. But we will shortly be on YouTube for specific things. So I'm asking for subscription people to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And it's every 10 people, every 10 subscriptions, you'll receive a gift. Okay? And let us know when you subscribe so we can keep track of that. Because everybody, it does not show up on it. I don't know, it has something to do with if you are listed as private. That's what happens. Acrylic yarn now are so much better than English. Yes, they are. They are better than those what they were called the wind tucks and all those kind of yarns. They are that better than those. I don't know that they. Like I just showed you. I'm not even sure what kind of yarn I used back then. I think I was crocheting probably about the late 60s, early 70s when I started. So and I'm not sure what yarn I used for that. I don't know because I don't know what yarns were out then. You need to do some research or eclectic. Do you know which Was Super Saver and Red Heart and all those out then, or when did they come into being? We should research that. Hi, Butter Road Boutique. How are you? It's to research which yarns were out then. 'Cause I remember was Sayel and Winthrop. Orlon, yeah, and Sayel, Winthrop. Those are rough. Yeah. Was sweaters and well, yeah, I guess he had skirts and things too. But I'm not sure how comfortable. I made a sweater one time that the same yarn that I made that blanket I showed, and that was pretty. It was okay at that time. I was young. I didn't realize but the comfort and all that. But yarn is a lot better now. Yeah, that's what it was. It was Aunt Lydia's rug yarn. Do they still sell it? But I remember that too, and I remember having some years ago. I think I got rid of those. I think someone gave me some yarn that too a while back. A relative knew I crocheted and gave me a bag of yarn, and I think it was say yellow winter or one of those. I don't even know what I did with with that, but yeah. So long time discontinued. Okay, okay. Yeah, I do. As I said, I remember those yarns fondly. And then all the other ones came. And see, in the meantime, I had not lost interest, but I was just not crocheting as much later on as started having children and such. I didn't crochet as much. In the meantime, more yarn and more things came about. Hello, Hashir. Hello, Yusuf. And how are you all doing? Well, I think about doing is maybe making a sweater or top or something out of acrylic yarn. eBay, okay. Yeah, eBay has a when I encounter yarn that I may have bought, but they discontinued in between time, I go to eBay and pick up maybe some yarn. I had some yarn. It's a like a fuzzy yarn. It's a 70s type yarn that they call it. That 70s yarn. And when I need to, because it takes a lot of yarn to make some, and I had to do something for somebody, and I had to order quite a bit from eBay, which is more costly. I missed the great for basket. Yeah, and bags. Yes, it was good for bags. I remember that. I don't know about the baskets. It's good to know somebody who remembers those things. Cause I'll ask somebody, they're like, "No, I don't remember that." But I used to make a lot of granny stuff and except with granny blankets. I made granny sweaters. I made granny bags. That's what I did. Mostly I did a lot of granny bags and I lined them. At that time I think I was lining them. Now I'm like, I don't want to feel like lining anything. But that's the best way to doing it. It's taking your, it's just lining. At that time, I was sewing and crocheting. So I was doing both. So I want to get back into doing the bags and lining them because with the granny squares, you see these holes in it. So it's best to just to line them. Well, I think I might make it. I don't know what other colors to go along with this. I got a bag full of different colors, and that's the hard thing is when you're doing something and you want to do different colors. What colors go together? You don't want to do something that just looks like a mess, and I don't want to do all of one type of color, different shades. I want to mix different colors in. So the color for this will be pink. Pink will be okay with it. Black. I just want to alternate colors. They say that acrylic yarn is hypoallergenic, but sometimes it does kind of make me want to sneeze. Hmm. Three. Getting back into the granny squares is really neat because it takes you back. Hello, Muck, the creative collective. How are you? It takes you back to those days of those carefree days in the 70s, 60s, 70s. And for some reason, I can never remember exactly how old I was when I started crocheting. I know I was in elementary, and that's all I remember. But I was doing other crafts also. I don't know what size I want to use. What I'll do is just take these and just join them together and make something with it. And also, what we're going to do also leading into next month would be why crochet. Why do you crochet? What's the reason? Is there something that you got from it? Is it encouraging your creativity? Is it good for your health? Why do you crochet? Yeah, I think they were, but for some reason we didn't learn it. We didn't have it. I don't remember having it in school. We had sewing. And it didn't do crochet. And we learned those when we learned that from our relatives. We did. In DC, I don't think they had crochet in the school. I hear a lot of people talk about it, but we didn't have that luxury of crocheting or knitting. I don't think I remember any of that in school. Just the clothing and textile, and we learned that. That was in high school when I learned to sew. Yeah, so that's something good. That's something good for kids to learn now in school, just to keep themselves busy and their minds on something. It's a good thing to do to have. Who knows? You know, you can do so good. You can make a business out of it, do it like a side kick out of it. I mean, a side gig when you in college or something. You know, make things for people on campus. It's something that is good for that. So, and they should bring it back to schools. Because kids are always saying that they are bored, and just need to find something that they won't that will occupy their mind. Because I mean, this is something you can do watching TV. You can watch TV and still do it. Yeah, 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 yeah. But no, I have grandsons who always used to always talk about how bored they were. And I always tell them to read a book, but they can do other things too. And I want to, encourage young boys to crochet too. Hey, Alan, how are you? And to encourage boys, males, to do the arts too, because there's nothing wrong with you doing that. There's no gender stipulations on crocheting and things. You know, you hear people using all kind of stereotypes, but no. As we've been learning, and I posted last month, people like Rosie Greer, who's a football player, did all kinds of crafts. He did needlepoint, and he crocheted too. So you cannot characterize who does what. So let's get that straight and let the young men do things also. The fiber arts, for their creativity, for their health, and their mental, physically, and social health. So let's get that straight. And we also, when we teach classes, we welcome young men or older men to learn also. So eclectic. Are you on every night or just when you just get the feel to be on? We didn't have our willing hands meet up on Saturday, so we're gonna do it either next Saturday coming up or Sunday. So stay tuned for information on that. If you're interested, you send us your email address so we can include you on it in our class, and we can send you an email for your link, and you can join us. You don't have to know how to crochet. Just have a desire to learn. We'll be glad to have you. And we always learn something new. And that's the glory of being with people that do what you do or something similar. You're always learning something. You're just getting full of knowledge. None of us know it all, but we all can learn. The wind is blowing outside. Nice day. It was in the 70s earlier, I know. I don't know what it is now, but that wind is blowing, kicking. How was the weather in your town? I want to because I don't have a lot of some of these yarns. So to make something, it's called. Where are you with eclectic? Because your name is Aida, right? Oh, wow. Okay, okay, yeah. And where are you? Butter Road. Oh, you're in Kansas. Okay. Oh, okay. That's on my bucket list also. Go to one thing that's on my bucket list is to go to all 50 states. So Tennessee, okay. Okay, I've been there. I think I went to Nashville. I've been there. I haven't been to Kansas, but I'd like to go. And I want to go to a lot of the Middle Eastern, Midwest states. Sleet, freezing rain, and snow yesterday. Wow. And you said it was from 80 to that? Wow. But it is March. So it's very unpredictable. Yeah, I think sometimes on some of these platforms, some screwy stuff be going on. So I know I did a live on, what was it? It was Wednesday night the one I did. It was something about a copyright issue. And I was like, mm-mm. And they were saying that my material wasn't mine. And it was somebody in Pakistan. And I'm like, okay, preparing for tornado season. I love. Do you? Wow. Okay. I might just do a blanket with this. That's what I think I will do. Never necessarily a blanket, but a wrap. And this yarn. I said, just getting rid of yarn. And please subscribe to our YouTube page so you can get some of these free things I have. I have knitting needles, crochet hooks, I have yarn, and I have other types of accessories also. Got decent artwork. How are you? So come on in. Get your free stuff. IG took down one of my lives yesterday. Really? What happened? Because my issue was on Facebook, and they were saying that I had to put a something in, uh file a complaint, not a complaint, but I had to do something to state that it was my stuff. It wasn't a copyright match. It wasn't there. My YouTube is hooked for you. HOOKED, the number 4, the letter U. And it said some kind of copyright match, and it wasn't my stuff. And I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on? So I had to let them know that it was my stuff. It wasn't somebody else's stuff. And what I'm thinking is I had just started, I added YouTube and Twitter to my stream. And it was the quality wasn't that great. I'm thinking they may have thought it was a foreign language or something. I don't know what it was that happened, but when I played it back, it was only you really could understand it because of how it went, because it kept going in and out and stuff. I think I'm already following. What is your name? You may be one of the ones that doesn't show up. So I'm like, okay. Because I never, you might, it sounds familiar. It could be. I'm not sure. So did you try it? Because I think only 3 people show up that I can actually see. And I don't see anybody else. I'm not always engaging. Okay. And what is your name on YouTube? I can follow you. And that was the first time I ever had an issue with. I know people have issues all the time with Facebook and stuff. I never heard of anything on Instagram, but I know Facebook. I mean, except for the music and stuff. But I've never heard anybody on Instagram any other times. I haven't known of it. Like, wow. So I don't play any music, which I would love to do. I don't do any of that. But I think a good place to even do your music and stuff would be on Clubhouse. You want to do music, but you can't see anybody with Clubhouse. Okay, you don't have a public channel. Okay, and that's if I don't see you, that's probably why. I think that's the issue. Is people who don't have a public channel, they're recorded as a subscriber, but you don't. I can't. I won't be able to see your name if I look it up. Okay, so yeah, you have to be really careful on these platforms. And I know, but I don't want anything that's going to knock me off stuff. And it seems like more and more people are talking about being knocked down and demonetized, all kinds of stuff because of something they may have said or whatnot on some of these platforms. So, trying the LinkedIn and the Twitter just to see what happens with them. And if not, I just have to kick some stuff off. But sooner or later, I'm going to start changing how I do it. Do some of these things. I'm going to do more probably on YouTube and continue with the Facebook as long as it allows me to, and Instagram, and learn how to do TikTok. There's some things I want to do on TikTok, but I got to figure out how to do them. This is irritating me. Sometimes I think it's the dye. But anyway, because out on Wednesday, when we learn a new stitch and talk about what's on our hooks. Because on Wednesdays is what's on my hook Wednesday. So what I might do, because also we are looking for people who want to come on and talk about their story, their crochet story, their knitting story, their crafting story, to be an encouragement to others, to be a to broadcast your business or your what you do. If you don't have a business, to encourage other people who want to do what you do. So we will be starting that, and I think it's going to either be on YouTube or it's going to be on Clubhouse. That's Clubhouse. Even though you won't see the person, you can hear them and talk to them, and you can do other things along with it. So we may do that and on Clubhouse. So more details will be coming soon. And if anybody wants to do it, let us know. Send your email address and or just put a message in the comments and say you want like to be involved in it, and let's go from there. But we will be doing that. Okay, okay, okay. We can do that. Because Clubhouse, I think, is a good place to go to. So I don't know. We might be already be friends on Clubhouse. That's sure. But I'll check it out when I get off, and we can talk. And you'll be good for things like that anyway, because you do different types of things. So Clubhouse is a form is a it's a platform that's that's pretty much it it deals with a lot of different topics. Different people come on and they do things like I don't know if you can call it cast, but they get on and do all kinds of things going on here. So you can bring people on. It's like you bring people to the stage and they can get on and they can talk about subjects and things. I'm in a couple of groups on there. There's one group on there, it's a music group, which is like a name that tune type thing. And you can get on there. It's from the 70s and the 80s, and they play. You can put songs on there. You can send the person, the administrator, some songs that you may want, it be it a cover or be it a cover or be it a thumper. And what you do on there is they'll play your song and see if people will be thumped by it. Or people, will they know what song you have. And it's things songs from the 70s and 80s. I'm on that, and then they have all kinds of topics and rooms and things. Whatever you're interested in, more than likely, Clubhouse has it. I'm not on it a lot, but I think I'm gonna start doing more with it. So, and it's also you have to be invited to Clubhouse. So someone can just invite you. You can tell somebody, it's I don't know if your email address or your phone number. 'Cause I have never invited anyone, but you can invite somebody on and they'll come over. So you need someone to invite you in, you're interested, let us know. And one of us will do that for you. You come to Tangles, but they have everything. Thank you, Aida, for that. Because I was getting a little stumped for that clarification. Yeah. So a person doesn't have to be invited in to start to get in initially anymore. They even have celebrities I think have um things going on too. There's quite a few people that celebrities. Okay, okay. Yeah, then when I got in, I think Deltra invited me. I was able to get invited through her, I believe. So, okay, okay. But I think I want to do that to venture into doing more of that. But how did you find it, eclectic, Edith? How did you find, how do you like Clubhouse? Okay, you download the app and go from there. And it'll tell you need something, and you just let somebody know who's already a member if that's what they do it now. I don't know. They don't do it anymore. Then you find yeah, let you go. I know sometimes when I go on, I have to keep putting my phone number in. Sometimes I think when I change devices, sometimes I can go right in. Let me see. And see some pictures. Yeah, yeah, I've joined some myself. Quite interesting. Okay. 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 And my yarn is going. And sometimes I forget about it, except for Thursday nights when I'm in that music group. But sometimes I forget. I forget. And they have crochet groups I think on there too, crafting and different types of things. dating type topics, all kinds of stuff. So, yep. Okay. Well, it's been an hour, about an hour. I think I'm going to close up right now. Anyone have any questions, any comments? Just send us a message letting us know what you need. You can contact us for more information. We offer classes, we donate items to charity, and we sell unique crocheted items. We have a group that donates to charity, and we meet every other week. If you're interested in that group, send us an email so you can link on with us. And normally we're on virtually. Right now we're gonna try out. We haven't tried it out yet. It's Meets, Google Meet. We've done different ones, and so we're trying to figure out which one we want to do. And you too, Eclectic. Thank you. Thank you so much for your input and information. So until Wednesday at 1 o'clock, have a creative day, rest of the day, and please be safe. Bye bye.